Welcome to my Umiak Makerspace by Alice Sage. Making is a way of bringing engineering to young leaders. Such concrete experiences provide a meaningful context for understanding abstract science and math concepts. For older students, making combines disciplines in ways that enhance the learning process for diverse student populations and opens the door to unforeseen career paths. This came from our Invent to Learn book, and it was a quote that I thought was great for my makerspace. Why does KEDA need a makerspace? Well, at KEDA, I do a lot of place-based learning, and as a district, we came up with lessons and units all around our culture for all content areas. We used the UBD backwards by design, and we made a Inupiaq learning framework and came up with lessons and units for all of our content areas and our electives. Kathy Faber says that making and PBL may look like two completely different educational movements, but in reality they work very well together and each strengthens the other. That's because they share a common fundamental underpinning. They honor students' innate curiosity about the world. PBL is more content specific, and I use it a lot in my content classes, and making is interdisciplinary. It can be used in any subject, anywhere, not even in the class. It can be used as a club, it can be used anywhere. So, since we're doing a lot of PBL at my school, we can only benefit more by adding a makerspace. The mission of the district is that learning in our school is rooted in the values, history, and language of the Inupiat. Students develop the academic and cultural skills and knowledge to be critical and creative thinkers, able to adapt in a changing environment and world, active, responsible, contributing members of their communities, and confident, healthy young adults able to envision, plan, and take control of their destiny. I believe that having a makerspace at our school will better equip us to meet this mission. So let's get a making. So I started off really big with my makerspace project, and it's one big project that I would like to do. I won't jumpstart into it right away, but it's making an Umiak, a skin boat. And this project will take about 2 years to complete, because there's a lot of steps involved. This next year, I'm going to build a team at my school, and we're going to plan out how these 2 years we think would go, and try to get everything in place to get started. So I'm going to explain the Umiak skin boat. In the picture on the left, that is my son laying next to a bearded seal, which we call an ugruk. And those are the outside, used for the outside covering of the boat, and you need anywhere between 6 to 9 of them, and they make the covering. On the right side, that is me with caribou or tutu on my four-wheeler, and those are needed because we take the tendons and the backstrap from them, the tendons from the front legs and the backstrap, and those are used to sew the skins together. The picture on the left is a bunch of tendons and backstraps that have been pulled from tutu and are ready to go into the freezer until January, when they will be taken out, placed outside and freeze dried, and then they'll be split apart into many different little strands. And the picture on the left is 2 strands of braided tendons together. And these braids are very, very long, probably 20 feet in some lengths, some are smaller, and they are used to sew the skin boats together. Here's a picture of an Umiak boat frame. The students will be learning about the type of wood that is used in these boats and how the old ways of what kind of wood they use. We don't have trees in Barrow or on the North Slope, so they use driftwood and what kind of wood and how they were put together. And we will be using, wood that is provided to us from an entity, and they will be steaming it and bending it, and learning through all those processes. They'll be learning the Inupiaq words. Of course, we will start with a small scale. They will all make a small scale Umiaq, trial and error, learning the best way that they can. Here's a picture of the inside and all the Inupiaq words. I'm a whaling captain wife, and my crew's whaling Umiaq can fit about 8 people. The picture on the left is what we call the Umiqti ladies. They are the ladies that sew the skin boats together. Just because I'm a whaling captain's wife doesn't mean that I get to sew on my husband's boat. There's a process to get there. You have to learn this waterproof stitch that you see on my skin boat in the right hand picture. So the students will be observing these ladies and how they use the tendon braids and these skins that they will help prepare and stretch, and watch them sew it together. This process can take up to 24 hours from the minute they make the first cut till the boat is done and outside, and it's a process that just keeps going. Here is the ultimate what you want your Umiaq to do, and that is to be on the water in the springtime, waiting for the gift of the whale. Kita, which is the name of my school, means let's go, and so that's what I'm using as my motto, and let's go, to get this makerspace project up and running. Now, whaling has been a part of this culture as long as anybody can remember. Even before the Yankee whalers came here in the 1800s, that we learn on about. As you can see, this project can go in many different directions and can learn many things. The ultimate goal is to have that Umiaq boat done at the end of 2 years from the start process, and at that time we'll determine who it goes to. Does it go to the Eskimo Whaling Commission? Does it go to our biggest sponsor? Does it go to the Barrow Whaling's Captain Association? Do we gift it to a whaling crew? These are all the things that go into this project. How will I support and fund this project? Well, it isn't something that I can do alone, and it takes a lot of planning to get here. So I will ask the Arctic Slope Regional Corporation, the Alaska Eskimo Whaling Commission, the North Slope Borough School District, UIC, the Barrow Whaling Captains Association, parents, hunters, anybody who wants to be part of this. I'll be relying a lot on my brother-in-law, who I know has made an Umiaq boat, and he makes them on a small scale and a large scale, and he's already agreed to come to my school and help me get started in the planning and be a member on my Makerspace program. My goal for this year also with the school is to start with a Maker Day, is to introduce. We don't have anything in this realm in our school, an alternative school, so any support that I can have in this process is what I'm thriving for. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed learning about my big project that I hope to get off the ground and running in the next year. But I will have a Makerspace page on my Kita Learning Community website, where we will be updating our Maker Days, and I plan, this year to at least have one, and then maybe one every quarter, to bring this very critical aspect into our school.